What's up, all my horror fanatics? Welcome to Late Night Frights. I'm your host for this evening, as you know, the Thejslone or Jordan, back here to do another video for you. Now, it's our off weeks, and you know that on our off week, we do a DVD battle. Sorry for Tuesday, Blake couldn't make his video, Horror Boy 101 couldn't make his video. So, for that, I apologize. And so, yeah, let's get on with this battle. So, the two films that I chose to battle today are two zombie films, two of my all-time favorite zombie films. Let me fix this camera angle a bit. Might not even fix it too great, but two of my all-time favorite zombie films. And this is my favorite zombie film. This one I'm about to show, and it's a 1978 classic, Dawn of the Dead. Now, this is the one edition I got of it. This is the out-of-print theatrical cut. And it's in this DVD bag, which I'm going to be buying some DVD bags. Also, it's thundering, so hopefully you can hear that. That would probably add some intensity to the video, and I can't get the camera angle the way I like it. But it's storming really bad where I am. Anyways, so Dawn of the Dead, the theatrical cut, 1978 original. When there's no more room in hell, the dead walk the earth. I also have, hold on one second. Also have this edition, which is also out of print, and this is the Dawn of the Dead original collector's edition. The flipper disc, flip side, which that is a badass picture right there. The picture with the gas mask. But anyways, which edition? I'm gonna show this edition. First, I'll review the film, and then I will review the next film. And both of these are George A. Romero movies, by the way. If they're zombie movies, they're normally George A. Romero movies that are good. So, Dawn of the Dead says a national emergency grips the country as the dead are returning to life and attacking the living. In the big cities, the situation is causing severe panic and confusion. Desperate to survive, four friends take refuge in a shopping mall and manage to secure it from the bloodthirsty zombies. However, their fate is threatened when a band of scavengers raid the mall and open the doors to the horde of zombies. What follows is extraordinarily battle sequence that only a few can survive. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead is one of the most influential and wildly popular horror films ever made. I love this film for so many reasons. It stars Kim Faree, David Eames, I think is his name, Scott H. Reiner, and Galen Ross. And I just love this film for so many reasons. One reason I love this movie, the pacing. It is a long movie, by the way. It's not necessarily long to think of it. I always used to think it was long because there's two sides to it. But yeah. That's the same. Okay. But it's not really long. It's 137 minutes. But anyways, I love the whole aspect in the mall. That feeling to this movie was so great. And I think if it didn't have the mall, it wouldn't have been anywhere near what of a classic it is, in my opinion. I think the mall is its base. It's what makes the movie in a way. And all the resources, if you think about it, if a zombie apocalypse is going to happen to you, where are you going to hide? The first choice would obviously be a mall. A mall is resourceful. I mean, it's got all these things: weapons, food, clothes, if you need anything. The only problem with malls is the big glass doors that would be breakable by zombies. And this also, Night of the Living Dead was technically a lot of arguments between that and was it the Serpent and the Rainbow? No, that was done later. I don't know. But I know Night of the Living Dead was the first zombie movie. I might be wrong, but I am almost certain that was. This was George A. Romero's second zombie film, and it still contained the walking zombies, but it was shot in color, which I like the black and white from Night of the Living Dead, but I liked it. I thought it added intensity to it, but I like seeing Dawn of the Dead in color as well, so I think they did a good job by that. Now, the characters in this film are really awesome. I love Kim Faree's character, and I was surprised by the ending. So I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, but I am surprised by the ending of what happens, so I'm not going to spoil it. And I just like how they build the whole section onto the mall, and I love, it doesn't, how do I explain? Not loneliness, but they're so confined to this one place, and then they build this section onto the mall. And some of the zombies do look wacky, and some of the makeup is not too great. But Tom Savini does amazing art. He's an amazing artist. He does amazing makeup, costume design. Dawn of the Dead, it's a classic film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. The remake's decent, but the original, I think, is amazing. I love this movie. Few people don't like this movie. I mean, I respect everyone's opinion, but I absolutely love this movie. and I just think it's my favorite zombie movie. I think it's a classic movie, and I think it will forever stand. So let's put that over here, and after that we get 1985's Day of the Dead. Now this one I'm assuming is sometime after Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. And this one was really cool for the simple fact that it had very little zombie activity in the film. Now, yeah, you did get to see Bub, which is this character right here growing. You get to see him. They're trying to experiment on him and kind of figure out if we can bring society back, if we can turn these zombies, because they're apparently mindless. And that, I mean, you get to see experimenting on Bub. But it was done underground. I mean, there was not a lot of zombie contact. It wasn't like Dawn of the Dead where there is full-on contact and you're trying to survive from these zombies. They were underground. They didn't have much to worry about, to be honest, which I liked. I thought that confinement underground was just an amazing idea. The ending, there's a lot of zombie contact with the ending, and I love Bub as a character. And this is an awesome addition. If you can find it, I think I paid $5 for this, brand new at FYE. Awesome addition here. Go ahead and show it. It's a 2-discer, and you get a, one second guys, you get a Day of the Dead book that talks about Bub and just some of the infections. We can teach them, why don't they understand, just some things. But I just love the confinement and the loneliness of this film. I think George A. Romero just wanted to try something new, and it was just, like I said, it's a zombie movie. It has zombie contact. Don't get me wrong. Don't go into it thinking, oh, the J. Sloan said there's not any zombie contact with this, so I ain't going to like it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the confinement of being underground and some people not even knowing if it's day or not, that was just a cool aspect, and I hadn't seen that done in a zombie film. And I think it was done so perfectly. This is a lot of people's favorite zombie movie. It's my second to third favorite. I love this movie. But not as much as Dawn of the Dead. I have to say that right off the bat, but I do love this movie. It's going to be a hard battle. So, Day of the Dead. Okay, so let's get into the battle. I've talked about both these fantastic zombie movies. Let's dive into the battle here. Let me get on my ranking, or my steps. I have them on my iPod right now. I have like 4 steps. I don't memorize them. I need to do that. I'm sorry. But let's see. Okay, one is body count. Now, there was obviously, in your mind, you can imagine there's body count. There's an amazing, enormous amount of body count in both of these films. As to in Dawn of the Dead, it was just starting out in the infection. And in Day of the Dead, it was, I'm assuming, a while after the infection, because they were underground and almost the whole city, or the whole world was taken over by zombies. But I'm going to count for what I've seen physically in the movie from now on. I'm not going to count what I didn't see on screen, because that's not technically fair. I'm going to do what I've seen in the movie. And I would have to say, I could be completely wrong, but I'm almost certain that, towards the end we had a lot of kills in Day of the Dead, but I'm going to say Dawn of the Dead had more overall kills, zombies and humans, and Dawn of the Dead gets round 1. Okay, next is story and originality. Like I said, Night of the Living Dead started it, so these were not either technically too original. Dawn of the Dead, it was cool, it was an awesome movie, but like I said earlier with Day of the Dead, that confinement feeling in an underground zombie film where we got the, like I said, the confinement feeling, but we didn't see too much zombie activity and there wasn't a numerous amount of kills. That was a really good try, and I think it worked perfectly. And I think this was more original in terms of putting it underground, and let's go for it. And I think this did an amazing job. So Day of the Dead gets round 2. 3, Blood, Guts, and Gore. Both of these films contain their gore. Dawn of the Dead's gore was a bit cheesy, I'll say that. It was a bit cheesy. Not Day of the Dead. Did I say Day of the Dead? No, I meant Dawn of the Dead's gore was a bit cheesy. If I screw up in this video and say Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead when I'm meaning each one or the other, I'm sorry. But Day of the Dead had some pretty awesome gore, though, I'm going to be honest. But Dawn of the Dead had good gore, too. And I really got to base it on the way the zombies looked. And how good they were done. I'm going to go with Day of the Dead. I'm sorry, I'm going to go with Day of the Dead because I think the zombies did look a tad bit better than they did in Dawn of the Dead. So Day of the Dead. 2 for Day of the Dead. Wow, I didn't think I was going to... I mean, I knew I was going to give points to Day of the Dead. It's a classic film, but I didn't know I was going to get 2 to 1. Last one here. This is personal enjoyment and replayability. Now, both these films, I think I've expressed how I feel in total. I love both these films. They both have replayability. I've watched these numerous times, and they are both classics in my opinion. But I'm going to have to go with Dawn of the Dead here because this is my favorite zombie movie of all time, and I, without a doubt, would put this in right now and watch it. If I wanted to, I've seen this numerous times. Watch it at least. I watch it every Halloween. Then I will watch it every so often when I feel like it. But Dawn of the Dead has the replayability, which Day of the Dead does too. It just depends on which one you saw. I guess it depends on your taste, to be honest. But to me, it's Dawn of the Dead. So 2 to 2. I'm gonna have to do a tiebreaker here, and I don't know what to base the tiebreaker on. Okay. Well. Which film do I think was a more groundbreaking film, and which one did better in the box office? Technically, I can't sit here and tell you which one did better in the box office because I don't have hold on. Maybe I might. I just don't want to run this video too long. So let me see. I don't want to run this video too long. Fuck it. I'm just going to go with this last round. Which one was more groundbreaking to me, and which one kind of changed... which one kind of changed the zombies history? Fuck, that's kind of hard because a lot of people love Day of the Dead and a lot of people love Dawn of the Dead, and I don't want to piss off any lovers of either film by saying which one was more groundbreaking. I'm just going to go ahead and give this round to my favorite, and that's Dawn of the Dead. So I'm sorry there's not a legitimate 5th round of a tiebreaker. I just love this film, man. It's a fantastic movie, and I love Day of the Dead too. I fucking love this movie as well. If you're going to pick up one of these movies, don't do that. Pick up both of the movies at the same time. They're fantastic zombie movies. If you haven't already seen them, I highly recommend them to any zombie fan. And most zombie fans and most people who watch this channel have already seen both of these films. But I'm just going to say, Day of the Dead, you're so close. You're an amazing movie. But Dawn of the Dead just hit me first, and I saw this one first, and I love this one to this day. So Dawn of the Dead is the winner of this epic flesh-eating battle. So, yeah, Dawn of the Dead is victorious. Day of the Dead has died. But it's still in my heart. And I love both films. So there you go, guys. There is my DVD battle on Dawn of the Dead, the 1978, and Day of the Dead, 1985. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Comment below and tell me what you think. Which one do you prefer, and which one won your battle in your mind? Which one do you like better? This is a Jay Sloan. You just watched Late Night Frights. Go down to the channel, click subscribe on all the members, my second leader, all random things, and then subscribe to Late Night Frights definitely if you haven't already. Yeah, guys. Until next time, keep it horror. Peace.